Hello everyone, I'm Dalton Burdett.
I'm Nick Iricchio.
And we are the Movie Nights.
Well, some of us.
You're watching this because you want to hear our uncensored,
unfiltered
thoughts and opinions on the world of movies and entertainment, so kick back.
Relax.
And the Movie Nights Roundtable begins now. Welcome back, Nicholas.
Thank you. Shout out to Hannah for filling in for me. Great job.
Yeah, she was alright. How was your trip?
It was cool. Boston's a cool city. No Ben Affleck, though.
Nope, that's a
Very
shame.
sad. I went to every single Dunkin' Donuts in the state, and there's a lot of them.
Next time. You'll get him next time.
Goddamn right I will.
So we have an extremely exciting show for you today. It's my favorite fucking show to do the entire year, and we are going to predict the Oscar winners, which premiere this Sunday. And we're going to be filming and hopefully posting a reaction that's not a year late to those awards. And also, we do have some box office and B-roll stuff to get to. So normally we would start the show with the movie news section of our show, but we've decided to take all those stories, make them B-roll so we can quickly get to the Oscar picks. So Nicholas, take me through the B-roll.
All right. Our first story comes to us from Deadline. The Dune prequel series, Dune, the Sisterhood, has a little shakeup. The director and star have both exited the HBO Max series amid a creative overhaul and a production hiatus. Recasting is currently going underway, as well as the search for new directors, so don't expect that anytime soon.
And that's on the heels of the showrunner leaving as well. Troubles afoot.
Not great. Next story also comes to us from Deadline. Sigourney Weaver has joined Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy in The Gorge for Apple and Skydance. This movie is being directed by Scott Derrickson,
Yes.
who we love, who did Doctor Strange 1, and as well as The Black Phone.
Yes.
Next story is a exclusive from Giant Freaking Robot. Good for them.
Which was confirmed by Deadline. So yes good for them.
The new the new Hellboy reboot that we reported on previously has found its Hellboy in Jack Kesy, who previously starred in Baywatch.
Nice.
Yeah. And Deadpool 2, it says.
Yep.
Right on. Cool. Next story comes to us also from Deadline. A lot of Deadline this week. 1. A Pokemon Detective Pikachu sequel is officially in the works at Legendary. Rad. I love that movie. But not only that, it found its director in Jonathan Crystal, who is previously known for working on the Fred Armisen show Portlandia, which was very popular and very weird and quirky, which is exactly what Pokemon needs.
Yes, exactly.
Next story comes to us from Variety. The Penguin series at HBO Max, starring Colin Farrell, obviously the TV show spinoff from the Robert Pattinson Batman, has cast Clancy Brown.
Fuck yes.
In a recurring role,
As
who many believe to be, I don't remember off the top of my head, Salvatore Maroni.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Fuck yes,
That's exciting.
indeed. I love Clancy Brown, who was in movies.
He's the voice of Patrick on SpongeBob.
He's Mr. Krabs.
Oh shit, that's right. He's Mr.
He's
Krabs.
Mr. Krabs. He was Surtur in Thor Ragnarok.
Yes,
he was the staff, the army sergeant in the Punisher.
Uh-huh.
Was he Boondock Saints? Is that him?
I don't remember.
He may be Boondock Saints.
But he's a very versatile
No,
actor.
that's Bill Connolly.
Yes.
Never mind.
But he's a
sorry.
very versatile actor. He's in a lot. He's a great
very
actor.
good. Next story comes to us from The Wrap, our last story. This is kind of a big one, too.
Mm-hmm.
Analysts see a possibility of a sale of 67% of Disney's stake in Hulu being sold to Comcast, which is owned by Universal or owns Universal, in a switch-off to get the rights for Hulk and Namor fully.
Yes, so quick recap. Universal owns the distribution rights to a Hulk movie, which is why there hasn't been one since 2008, and the same thing for Namor. That's why Namor had to be in a Black Panther movie. And they're thinking maybe they can trade, because they don't know if they're going to fold Hulu into Disney Plus or if they're going to sell Hulu because it's worth a lot of money. And they're thinking about making part of the trade the rights for that stuff back, which would be interesting play. But there's a question as to if it would be worth it at this point. My tinfoil hat says that Kevin Feige is a madman enough to where he stopped using the Hulk like they normally do for a while to make them think it's not that valuable so that they get him back and then they get the old Hulk back.
Is that why you think the CGI looked awful too?
Yes.
It's Scar, and they're like, we're going to run this character into the ground.
Until you give it back.
Leave it to Kevin Feige to throw a fit over the Hulk.
Yeah.
If they get that, would they just be missing Spider-Man?
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That's all we got for the B-roll.
Thank you, Nick. You did a great job plowing through that. Now we're going to move on to the box office. section of our show.
Box office.
And very interesting things happened this weekend at the box office, Nicholas.
I think I might have your predictions. I do have your predictions from last week. I listened to the show and wrote them down. Ha.
All right, what was Hannah's?
Hannah had Creed, Ant-Man, Operation Fortune, Cocaine Bear, and Avatar.
Interesting.
You had Creed, Cocaine Bear, Ant-Man, Avatar, Operation Fortune.
We were both wrong.
What?
Yeah, crazy, right? Although Cocaine Bear lost by Ant-Man by just $1 million. Or no. Yeah, no, $1 million. So that was close. But...
Oh, this is Monday, so these are the final
numbers.
We did record on a Monday this week.
Creed 3 came in first with a $58 million opening weekend. Worldwide has already made $101 million. Good for Michael B. Jordan, the director of the film, his directorial debut, on a production budget of $75 million. So it's made 1.5 times its budget. It's on its way to profitability probably by next week.
Nice.
Next, you have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And guys, I'm not going to mince words on this. This is bad. Total worldwide has made $419 million. It's just going down on a slump. It might barely cross $500 million, and that might be it for Ant-Man and the Wasp. And normally, any movie would kill to make $500 million at the box office, but this is the kickoff to Phase 5 and had a budget of $200. So
they used to crank out $1 billion like it was nothing.
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 And listen,
that's sad to see.
If Marvel says that they're not worried about it, they're lying to you. And I think we're going to see some interesting moves there. And I'll say it. While the movie isn't fantastic, it's not. I liked it. I liked the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't deserve to make this little. But to each his own. Cocaine Bear has made $52 million worldwide so far, with a much smaller budget than $200 million. So it's probably going to be on its way to profitability sometime soon. Good for that movie. It's really fun. Coming in fourth was Demon Slayer, the recent release movie, which made $10 million. Cocaine Bear making 11, Ant-Man and the Wasp making 12.
The animes always get you.
And it's always that 1 week, then they have major drop-offs. Everyone wants to go, and then that's it. And that's made $22 million worldwide so far. And coming in fifth, hanging in the top 5, Jesus Revolution, making $8.6 million. Operation Fortune didn't come in until 7th place, making $3.1 million. Total worldwide box office 23, as it had already opened overseas previously.
Man, I still love Guy Ritchie though.
Oh, and we're gonna get to Operation Fortune, guys. Don't you fucking worry about that. And to Creed 3 as well. But, ladies and gentlemen,
predictions
do you
for
want
next
to
week?
do predictions for next week?
I'd like to.
I called you ladies and gentlemen instead of Nick. I thought I didn't know if I was going to talk to the camera or you there for a second.
I like to do the predictions.
All right.
I'm going to go. What's opening this week? Oh. Hold on now. I'm going to go Scream 6.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go Creed 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with 65.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'm going to go Ant-Man.
Okay.
I'm going to go 65.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go Cocaine Bear.
I want to do the exact same as you, but flip Ant-Man and
65. You think 65 is coming in 3?
Yep.
Okay, so you want Scream 6.
Scream 6 is taking this easy.
Creed 3. 65. Ant-Man.
You good, buddy?
No, and Cocaine Bear. I dig it.
Hell yeah. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our predictions. Let's see how wrong we are next week. And now, you guys, it is time for the best fucking time of the year. It's Oscar season, ladies and gentlemen. And it's getting real. Thank God there's a couch there.
There isn't.
It's getting real, and we're going to pull up our nominations predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not going to lie, while I do have some, we're mostly going to be doing this live. I think you're doing all of yours live.
I am doing mine live.
Nice.
You have yours already done?
Yes, but it was like weeks ago, so they're early, so I might look at them and be like, I'm not going to do that. So if you want to join in on our game, if you're new here to the channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, this is how we play our version of the game. For each category, you get 2 choices, a first choice and a second choice. Your first choice is worth 5 points. Your second choice is worth 2 points. Best picture is different, however. You get 3 choices. Number 1 is worth 10 points. Number 2, I believe, is still 2 points.
I thought it was 5. I thought it was 5 and 3 for the rest of them.
I thought it was 5 and 2.
I don't remember.
It's one of those.
It's whatever you say it is right now, Chief.
Well, I think I did 5 and 2
Okay.
because I didn't want 2 second places to be worth more than 1 first place.
Right. Yeah. That would make sense.
So it's 5 and 2, but I believe Best Picture it's 10. I think it's 4. 10, 4, and 1. 10, 3, and 1. We'll go 3. Your first choice is worth 10 points. Your second choice is worth 3. Your third choice is worth 1 point. You add them all together at the end. Whoever has the most points wins. So let's go ahead and get some of the not as known categories out of the way. We're going to start off with Best Live Action Short.
All right, let's get into this, shall we? I've got highlighters. I'm ready to go.
Yes. All right, Best Live Action Short. Here are the nominees. Ivalu, The Red Suitcase, Night Ride, Les Pupilles, and An Irish Goodbye. You've seen some of these, yes?
I have seen 3 of them. I've seen Les Pupilles, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. I have not seen Irish Goodbye or Ivalu. They are not streaming anywhere.
Interesting, because I have An Irish Goodbye as number 1 based on I like the name alone.
I have it as my number 1 because I also cross-referenced the Vegas odds as well as just what I've been seeing people talk about online.
Yeah.
My number 2, I am going to go with The Red Suitcase.
Okay.
Because I watched that one, and it is a very good, tense story that I thought was very well made compared to the other 2 that I saw. I've not seen Ivalu. I liked The Red Suitcase more than Les Pupilles and Night Ride.
Gotcha. I have my second choice as Les Pupilles, and I'm doing that based solely on Vegas odds.
Fair. You know, that's hard because Red Suitcase I watched on YouTube. Les Pupilles was a Disney Plus original.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Dang. Didn't know about that. Let's move on to Best Documentary Short. They have Stranger at the Gate, The Martha Mitchell Effect, How Do You Measure a Year, Hull Out, and The Elephant Whisperers, which I have as my number 1 because it sounds cool, and number 2 I have Stranger at the Gate for the same reason.
I'm going to go with Hull Out, number 1.
Okay.
And now this is one that I am basing off of it being my favorite. That one is available on YouTube. I highly recommend everyone to watch that one. I loved it. It's about walruses and like climate change and everything, and it's really good.
All right.
And I'm going to go with The Elephant Whisperers
as your number 2.
As my number 2.
Okay.
That one also very good. The only one I have not watched is How Do You Measure a Year? That one's not available anywhere.
Gotcha.
Stranger at the Gate was solid. The Martha Mitchell Effect, I was okay. Iffy.
Yeah, that's fair. Best Animated Short. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, My Year of Dicks, The Flying Sailor, Ice Merchants, and An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I Think I Believe It, and that is my easy number 1 choice based on the title alone.
So I'm going The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse as my number 1. I thought that had some beautiful animation on it, and I liked the story. It was very kind of just heartwarming. It has Idris Elba in it, funny enough.
No.
And then my number 2, I'm going to go with An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake.
Mine is flipped. I did 1 and 2.
Yeah. I highly recommend The Ice Merchants.
Yeah.
I thought that was very beautifully animated. It's like hand-drawn kind of sketch, and it's just a really good story that I really enjoyed, but I think that these 2, on an animation level and a story level on top of it, I think are the 2 top ones.
Yeah. Good. Gotcha. All right. Best International Film. All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina 1985, Close, The Quiet Girl, EO. It's All Quiet. It's All Quiet on the Western Front taking this award.
That is correct.
My second choice being Argentina 1985.
I'm also doing the exact same thing there.
Yep. But like it's All Quiet. It's All Quiet's going to win this award. I think this is a lock. Easy.
I do want to watch EO. I've heard good things about it. I was shocked. Obviously, RRR didn't make it. I was really shocked. No Decision to Leave. I've heard really good things.
I was really
about
shocked by that as well. And with RRR just being India, didn't select it. But yeah, I was also very shocked by No Decision to Leave. Best Documentary Feature. A House Made of Splinters, Navalny, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, All That Breathes, and Fire of Love. I have Fire of Love in my first choice and A House Made of Splinters as my second choice.
Okay, I have Navalny
as your number 1?
As my number 1.
Okay.
And Fire of Love as my number 2. I have not watched All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, or A House Made of Splinters.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard Fire of Love's fantastic. I'm watching it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched Navalny, and I thought that was an incredible documentary.
All right. What's that one about?
There was this politician who was trying to run against Vladimir Putin, who got poisoned.
What?
He lives,
Crazy.
but he lives is like the whole thing about it. And it's just watching that and like him going back to Russia for the first time and just everything about it so intriguing, and just seeing the Russian side of like the government and everything was really cool.
That's very interesting. I gotta check those out. Best animated feature.
Oh boy.
This is when shit gets interesting. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, The Sea Beast, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Turning Red. I think it easily comes down to Pinocchio and Puss in Boots.
I think so as well.
I'm sticking with Pinocchio as my number one, although I would not be shocked in the slightest if Puss in Boots wins this award. But it is my number two, just because Pinocchio has been sweeping the awards. But the Oscars does a surprise every year, and this could easily be it. So it would not shock me if Puss in Boots did end up winning.
I have the same as you. I think both are just absolutely wonderful films.
Yes.
I liked everything in the animation category personally. Turning Red was fine, and Sea Beast was fine too, but I like pirates and nautical shit, so I kind of ate it up a bit.
Yeah.
I still disagree with Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, but that's for a different time.
Yeah.
But I also just love Guillermo del Toro, so I want him to win anyway.
Yes, absolutely. Same. Best visual effects: Avatar: The Way of Water, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther Forever, Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun Maverick. It's Avatar. It's Avatar: The Way of Water. Now, if it doesn't win, it is because the Academy is very good at recognizing that the award is not the most visual effects, it's the best visual effects. And sometimes the best visual effects are effects you don't even know are visual effects. Hence, First Man beating Avengers Infinity War that one year.
Yes.
Top Gun Maverick is my number two choice for that reason.
Interesting. Okay.
Just in case. And now look, the Avatar is going to win. It's going to win. But I think if there's going to be a movie on this list that will take it based on impressive, like, you didn't realize you were looking at visual effects, it's going to be either Top Gun or All Quiet.
I'm going to go All Quiet just to keep things spicy.
Just to keep it spicy, yes. But it's going to Avatar.
I would be shocked.
Yes.
Oh, I would love to hear the James Cameron interview about that. I kind of hope it doesn't win now. That's kind of the reward itself, isn't it?
It would be, yes. Next is Best Sound, Best Noise. The Batman, Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, Top Gun Maverick, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is. I went with number one, Top Gun Maverick. And number two, I struggled with. I was going to do Elvis, but I did All Quiet on the Western Front. I wish I could give it to the Batman alone based on the Batmobile sound single-handedly, but I think that Top Gun and All Quiet have the best chances at winning.
I think that I agree with you on that. I'm going to actually do the same thing.
All right.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
There we go. All right, Best Song.
Ooh.
Natu from RRR, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once for This Is a Life, and Tell It Like a Woman from Applause. Now, I think it's going to go to Natu from RRR personally, because I think they want to award this movie, and this is the way to do it, and they're performing the song live at the show.
That's going to be fun.
It'll be really fun.
That's going to be really fun.
Number two, my second choice, I have Lift Me Up from Black Panther 2.
I also have that.
My main reason being, I don't think anyone's ever performed at the Super Bowl and then won the Oscar. Ever. The same year.
Oh, interesting.
So, I don't know. I look at stuff like that, like, would this be, like, a major thing that happens? And it would be a major thing that happened. So...
Is it major, though, or is it just kind of neat?
It's kind of neat.
I think it's just kind of neat. Like, I don't think it's like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know? I think they're neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the same thing. Also, just because I think it's the second best song.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
That's also kind of my reasoning.
That's also kind of, why people vote, I guess. Best score. My number one choice, I have Babylon. And the other nominees are The Fabelmans, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Banshees of Inisherin, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. My second choice actually being All Quiet on the Western Front. But I think this might be one of the only awards Babylon wins, despite another one that I have as my first choice later on. But yeah, and this is I'm basing this off of personally. I just personally really love the score to Babylon.
Well, I think I actually agree with you, but I'm going Fabelman's number 2.
Johnny Williams.
Just because of John Williams alone. It's like, oh God, Roger Deakins is nominated for cinematography, which we'll actually get into.
Yeah, we will. We certainly will. Next up is Best Production Design. Nominees are Avatar: The Way of Water, The Fabelmans, Elvis, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Babylon. And I actually have the same 2 from the previous. I have Babylon 1, All Quiet 2. Now, Babylon as number 1 is a whack choice. I don't know how many people are going to think it will win, but I think it had the best production design personally, and I think if there's going to be an outlier that sneaks up and wins this, it's going to be Elvis.
Can you go into a little bit about production design?
Yes. So basically, how the sets are decorated and how a visual world looks. So, for example, Mustafar from Star Wars Episode 3, that is production design because it's an art direction that then becomes. Even if it's not physically real, it like manifests in that world, and it's the design of the world in front of the camera from a prop production standpoint.
Understood. I'm going to go All Quiet number 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Avatar as my second choice here.
Were you wondering, like, Avatar? None of that was real.
Yeah, that's why I was like, elaborate farther.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Although, how funny would it be if like they're showing clips for the nominees and it says Avatar and it's just a warehouse? That would be so funny. Okay. Best makeup and hairstyling. This is where it gets difficult. Nominees: The Batman, All Quiet on the Western Front, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. I have The Whale at number 1, and I have Elvis at number 2. Although I think The Batman could sneak in there and win just for Colin Farrell alone. Thoughts? This one's tricky.
I mean, I think it goes to The Whale personally. So I'm going to go Whale number 1. See, I'm getting nervous because part of me wants to just keep going with All Quiet because of like just some of the simplicity of certain things that they're doing. But Colin Farrell is good. Like,
but you're also overlooking Elvis. You're overlooking Tom Hanks. You're overlooking Austin Butler as he gets older.
Okay, yes. But here's the thing. I look at The Whale. I look at Brendan Fraser in The Whale. I look at Tom Hanks in Elvis, right? I see Brendan Fraser, and I see Tam Hanks.
Where you're going? Yeah.
I don't fucking see Colin Farrell, no matter how much I look.
Yeah.
Now, I think The Whale's makeup overall, I think, was better on the technical level, but I don't see Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
And I've looked. Fuck it. I'm going Batman.
You're going Batman number 1?
No, number 2.
Oh, okay. Woo!
No, I'm going Whale number 1.
Yeah. All right, we're getting into the nitty-gritty, Nicholas, right after this one. Best Costume Design. Nominees are Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, good for them, Babylon, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Elvis, and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I have Elvis at number 1 and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever at number 2 because that costume designer wins a lot. Although Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris could sneak in there. It's its only nomination, and it's a fashion-based movie, I believe.
Am I crazy to want to go Everything in Babylon?
I don't think you're crazy. I think that's funny as fuck, actually.
Why? Go on.
Just because, like, the odds are against them.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, if they won, it would just be, like, that could be the game winner. Or, like, if we have a lot of the same choices. Like, it could come down to costume design.
Well, you know what it is for me? Is I'm jumping to, like, a VFX thing where it's, like, most costume designs and fun ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That I'm like, You know what? I'm going to go.
What's he going to do?
I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm paused for this long. This is a tough one.
It's okay. I told you mine, right?
You said you're going Elvis and Black Panther?
Yeah. Oh, what's it gonna be?
Screw it. I'm going to do it.
What's number one?
I'm going to go Everything Everywhere All at Once, number one.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm going to go Babylon, number one.
Babylon number one?
No. Why is this one so hard for me?
Dude, it's difficult as hell.
Elvis's costumes were good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to play it safe with one of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Babylon, number one.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Elvis, number two.
Okay.
And I think I'll sleep a little better with that.
All right. All right. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, Nicholas. Best film editing. And I'm actually making a change here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, here are the nominees. Tar, The Banshees of Inisherin, Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Elvis. My number one choice is Everything Everywhere All at Once. My number two is Top Gun Maverick. And it's because those are the two movies that won at the Ace Editing Awards. I had Elvis in there just because.
Every time.
And the Bohemian Rhapsody thing, which I was right about when it happened. But Ace Editing, Everything, and Top Gun. Those are my 1 and 2 for that reason.
No Tar.
No Tar.
No Tar, not feeling Tar?
I love how Tar is edited. I just don't think it's winning.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Everything Everywhere All at Once as my number one. And I'm going to go with Elvis as my number two.
You're doing it.
There were so many cuts and montages.
They can't resist them.
They can't resist it. They love it. They love Baz Luhrmann, too.
Yes, they do.
I'm going with that.
That's a tough one.
That is tight.
All right. This is where it gets risky, Nicholas.
Screenplays?
No.
Ooh.
Best cinematography. Nominees are...
Shit, sorry.
It's okay. Empire of Light, Tar, Bardo, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Elvis. First of all, let's talk for a second. No nominations for The Batman and no nominations for Top Gun. Insane.
Mm-hmm. Empire Light's not even like...
But it's Roger Deakins.
That's what's upsetting.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go first before I reveal mine, actually. Because this is not how I feel. These are just my choices.
I'm going to go All Quiet on the Western Front as my number one choice.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Bardo as my number two choice.
Okay.
I'm about an hour into it.
Hey, Bardo could... It's the only nomination, I believe. It could come out and take the win.
I'm an hour into it. It's pretty good.
My number one is also All Quiet on the Western Front. Movie I haven't seen.
Very good movie.
My number two is Elvis.
You think?
I do.
Interesting.
Because one, the cinematography is very good in the movie. I think Academy loves the movie a whole lot more than we do. And I think this could be an award it gets. Now, I do think All Quiet is number one. Granted, of that list and of the ones I've seen, I would have voted for Tar. I thought the cinematography in Tar was crazy good. But I think it's going to come down to All Quiet and Elvis.
I hope the clip they roll for Elvis for editing is the he's white scene.
You're probably right, though. Oh, man. Best Original Screenplay. Best Original Screenplay. Oh, my God. All right, the nominees are The Fabelmans, Triangle of Sadness, The Banshees of Inisherin, Tar, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything Everywhere just won the WGA award. But I just can't shake this feeling, Nicholas.
I put Banshees as number one.
I'm putting Banshees as number one,
Banshees
too.
number one.
Now, listen, this movie could easily walk away empty-handed, but I think they're going to throw it a bone. I hate to use that phrase. I think they're going to throw it a bone, and I think it's in this category just because I think Everything Everywhere is going to win other categories.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do Banshees number one, Everything Everywhere number two, man. That could come back to bite me, but...
Part of me wants to throw in a triangle.
Just for some razzle-dazzle?
I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go Everything. Banshee's number one. I love that movie. That was my number one last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Everything was yours, right?
Yes.
And Banshee's is number two. I think we had it flipped.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about the screenplay. I'm going to go on a tangent here.
Okay.
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is a fantastic movie and is deserving of all this claim.
Yeah.
As is Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes.
Banshees of Inisherin is just two guys on an island. And it keeps you engaged for 2 hours and doesn't need a lot of the flash that Everything Everywhere All at Once has. Now, granted, both stories have many layers to them.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting that and like the little what's it called?
Nuances
of them.
subtext
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
That, yeah.
Yes. I just think that Banshees does more with a more simple premise.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
And that's my argument.
Okay. Fair. Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Top Gun Maverick somehow, Living, Women Talking, and Glass Onion. My number one is Women Talking. My number two is Glass Onion. I think, not to use the phrase again, but they're going to throw a bone to Women Talking, and it did win at the WGA Awards, and I think that one will carry over.
Did the first Knives Out win?
No, but it was nominated.
It was nominated. Why is Top Gun Maverick nominated?
I don't know.
It's not that good of a script, screenplay.
No,
it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's an excellent movie. The screenplay is the weakest part
Is
of
my
it.
audio all right if my mic's down here?
Sure, why not?
I just can't see shit.
You're fine. As long as you go with it.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go same as you, actually, on that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go Women Talking.
That's fair.
And I'm going to go with Glass Onion.
Oh, man.
Now, Women Talking is actually the only movie in the top 10 for Best Feature that I have not seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to Prime on Wednesday, so I have plans Wednesday to watch that. But I have heard nothing but wonderful things about it. Obviously, screenplay and a Best Picture nomination. It's a good movie.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to watch it.
Yes, I'm planning on watching it. I can't watch it Wednesday, but I do plan on watching it
before
as
the
well.
Oscars. Yeah.
All right, Best Supporting Actor: Brendan Gleeson, The Banshees of Inisherin; Barry Keoghan, The Banshees of Inisherin; Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway; Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans; and Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
This is supporting actor.
Yes. My number one is Ke Huy Quan. I think he's been winning every award, and I don't foresee a surprise happening with this category. I do foresee one later on, maybe, potentially. But I'm going to go Ke Huy Quan number one, and my number two, I have Brendan Gleeson, because I don't believe he's won, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please.
I'm going to go Ke Huy Quan, obviously, because I think he's the best out of this category. And number two, I'm going to go Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
Banshees. I think
he did win the BAFTA.
I think both of them are fantastic in Banshees, him and Brendan Gleeson. I just think Barry Keoghan's performance I thought was fantastic.
It is great.
Yes.
Hey, it's now.
But Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah. No, hey. There's surprises every year. There's going to be a category that totally blows us away, but I don't foresee it being this one. But hey, I didn't think Olivia Colman was going to beat Glenn Close that one year. I'll say that. So now we're going to move on to Best Supporting Actress.
Ooh.
This one's interesting.
This is a tough one.
This one, I think if there is going to be a surprise, it's this category. But I did kind of play it safe. Here are the nominees. Stephanie Hsu for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Hong Chow for The Whale. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. Angela Bassett for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Want to talk us through the award season runs on these ones? Because it's been wild.
It's been wild. So Angela Bassett has started winning a lot of the early awards.
And she did do that thing.
She did do that thing. You're correct. people weren't sure if Stephanie Hsu was going to be double nominated with Jamie Lee. It did happen, which blew people's minds.
And Jamie Lee is all of us.
Jamie Lee is all of us. Hong Chow also got a little nomination in there. Carrie Condon was always expected to get nominated, but she hasn't won anything. And then Jamie Lee came out of nowhere and won the SAG award. Out of nowhere. I don't think she's going to win. I could be wrong. See, this category is now up in the air to me.
Yeah.
But here, my number one choice is Angela Bassett. For some reason, I'm like, I feel like this is her award to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I just do. My number 2 is Carrie Condon. Because I think if there's going to be a surprise, like, bam, out of nowhere, Carrie Condon winning would be that surprise. I don't think it as much as I think Angela Bassett's taking it. But I don't think the surprise will be Jamie Lee, like at the SAG Awards. I think the surprise will be Carrie Condon. Personally, would I be happy with any... Honestly, I'll tell you.
Hong Chow should have been nominated for the menu.
Yes, first of all.
These are tortillas.
But I will say, both supporting actor and supporting actress, if any of the people nominated won, it would not upset me.
Brian Tyree Henry is so good in Causeway.
Yeah.
I watched it. That is a very good movie. I was honestly shocked Jennifer Lawrence didn't get more acclaim.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Be like, I'd be fine with any of these performers.
I'm going Stephanie Hsu, number 1.
Oh, snap.
And I'm going Angela Bassett, number 2.
Okay. Hey, she's excellent in that movie.
I know, and I love Jamie Lee Curtis, and I will support everything she does always. Mm-hmm. Stephanie Hsu is so much better in that movie.
I think so, too.
That even if Jamie Lee wins this, like, I can't put myself to vote for her.
Yeah.
Now, granted, 2 of them could be... I could just pick both of them and play it safe.
Yeah.
But Angela Bassett is so good. And you're going to tell me that Oscar clip of, I am the queen of the most powerful nation.
And my entire family is gone.
It writes itself.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Also...
Like, even from the trailer, everyone was like, that's Angela Bassett's Oscar clip.
Yeah, also... I think if there's a category that's completely up in the air, it's this one.
Yeah.
I genuinely think any of the people here could win.
I don't think Hong Chow.
Probably not Hong Chow. But now, that would be a surprise, bro.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah. Whew. All right. Now we're moving on to Best Actor. Best Actor. Nominees.
I know where you're going with this. Go on.
Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, Paul Mescal, and Bill Nighy. Bill Nighy, thank you for coming. It's an honor to see you up there. Paul Mescal.
I love you in About Time.
Yes. Paul Mescal, you have a great career ahead of you. Can't wait to see you in Gladiator.
After Sun is a very good movie.
That's what I've heard. I really want to watch it.
It's really good.
That's what I've heard. So, it's a 3-horse race. But, unfortunately, I think someone shot Colin Farrell's horse in the leg.
Mm-hmm.
He just hasn't won anything.
Mm-hmm. My heart.
That's true. But he's always had it. It's between Fraser and Butler. And they keep going back and forth, like winning. And it's so... Now, granted, this makes me think, though. Hear me out. In 2002, I think it was 2003 Academy Awards, so exactly 20 years ago. I forget the 2 actors that were going back and forth, but 2 actors were going back and forth winning all the awards, and then Adrian Brody won for The Pianist. Will history repeat itself? And Colin Farrell wins. My number 1 is Brendan Fraser.
Do you think it's too
My number
nuanced?
2 is Austin Butler.
I did the same thing.
Okay.
Do you think the other ones are just too, like... I don't want to say, like, nuanced, but, like,
the Academy,
very subtle. And do you think the Academy likes
they like showy performances, yeah. But, hey, they're...
I mean, great performances from everyone.
Yes.
I'm not saying showy isn't good, but I feel like a lot of times those performances tend to lose steam.
Yeah.
Unless you're an actress in a leading role.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Like, I have Fraser and Butler 1 and 2, like you.
Yeah.
Would not fall out of my chair if Farrell came back and won this thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing my actress now because I know what we're going to do here.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm going for it.
All right. Best Actress nominees. Anna de Armas, Andrea Riseborough, Kate Blanchett, Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh. I'm going to say it, guys. Early on, when I saw Tar, I said, it's over. Kate Blanchett's going to take it. She's my number 2. Buddy, I think this is going to Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
I really do. I think Michelle Yeoh's taken it number 1. Kate Blanchett number 2. I think Riseborough might have taken away some Blanchett votes. I think if you were going to vote for Yeoh, you were voting for Yeoh all the way.
I'm going Kate Blanchett number 1.
You are.
Now, and Michelle Yeoh number 2.
I'd be happy with either of them winning. By the way, they were both phenomenal.
And there may be some recency bias here, as I just finished Tar right before I came over to film. But that performance, like, I was glued to the screen the whole time.
Yeah.
But that whole movie,
dude, it might be the best performance of her entire career. It is
filled with many excellent performances. I love her in Ocean's 8.
Yeah. Dude, listen. The movie is great.
The movie is phenomenal.
No one's talking about how good Tar is. Tar is fucking great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Kate Blanchett. I need it. But man, I love Michelle Yeoh, and like just the award season, and just I would love to see like Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Sue, and Ki-Hu Kwan take these acting nomination roles, because I don't think there's no one for lead for male. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would love Andrea Riseborough to win this bitch. I would love it so bad. Just could you imagine her speech?
That'd be chaos.
Fuck you guys. That'd be so awesome.
Oh, that'd be good.
But yeah. So your number 1's Blanchett, number 2, Yeoh?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's going to be a battle. All right. You might think I'm crazy for this one. Best Director. Nominees are Todd Field for Tar, Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, The Daniels for Everything Everywhere, and Martin McDonagh, The Banshees of Inisherin. Steven Spielberg is my number 2. I thought he had this race the whole time. I think Fabelmans is going home empty-handed. And I think the Daniels are going to fucking win.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Banshees is going to take Screenplay. That's just my feel. I could be completely fucking wrong about this. But I think if it's not the Daniels, it's absolutely Steven Spielberg.
Interesting. I'm going to keep things fancy here.
Uh-huh.
I am going with the Daniels
uh-huh.
as my number 1 choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat here for a while, and I wanted to put Martin McDonagh.
Yeah.
Because I love him, and I love all of his movies. And I really didn't care for The Fabelmans. I think Steven Spielberg is a fantastic director.
Hot take.
Water, wet. And again, there may be some recency bias going on here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm doing it anyway.
You're putting Todd Field for Tar?
I'm putting Todd Field Tar.
Ooh, okay. Hey, it's a fucking amazingly directed movie. It's one of the best directed movies of the year.
I know. That's why he's nominated.
Dude, I won't lie to you. I would love it. I would love to see it. And hey, there's a story around him because he studied under Kubrick.
It's Spielberg. I mean, I know if it's not the Daniels, it is Spielberg. You're right. But and again, recency bias. But I don't know.
It was such a good movie. Yeah. It is. All right. This is where it gets interesting.
I don't think so.
Best Picture. We get 3 choices. Let me read you the nominees. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. Nicholas? My number 3 is All Quiet on the Western Front.
Ooh. Go off.
It's nominated a shit ton of times. It's going to win Best International. And we've seen a trend with Parasite of it. It's possible to take both. And it has a lot of love. So I think there's a chance. My number 2 choice, and I'm so fucking serious, is Top Gun Maverick. I'm so serious. That's my number 2 choice. Dude, I'm so serious. Hey, hear me out. This is why. Hey, you're laughing. That viral video
Steven Spielberg.
of Steven Spielberg telling Tom Cruise, "You saved Hollywood." That is a real story that's going on. Tell me I'm crazy for thinking it could win. My number one.
I think you're crazy.
My number one, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think this movie just took the world by storm, and it hasn't stopped. My only worry is that this movie peaked too early, and it does the La La Land thing. It does the Irishman thing, the thing where it suddenly becomes cool to hate on a movie, and people start hating on this movie for no reason during Oscar voting. But I don't foresee that happening.
Okay.
So my number one, Everything Everywhere. My number two, Top Gun Maverick. My number three, All Quiet.
I'm going number 3, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay.
Because I agree with you about the Parasite and everything, and I don't want my recency bias to play into tar. I think you're batshit insane about Top Gun Maverick, as much as I love that movie.
I'm just saying, it might happen, guys. Might happen.
My number 2 is Banshees of Inisherin. It was my favorite movie of last year, and my body would not allow me to put it.
It was difficult for me,
not
Nick.
put it on it.
Yeah.
And my number 1, I'm going Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that's a lock.
I also want to point out something. I'm defending my Top Gun Maverick choice for number 2. The PGA Awards. Everything Everywhere won.
That's producers?
Yes. Guess who was presented their own award as a special achievement and got a whole unedited speech?
Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Tom Cruise. God damn it.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is possible that Top Gun wins. I'm so telling you.
Can you imagine it doesn't get any of the other awards it's nominated for, it just wins Best Picture?
No. Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
This won't happen. If it wins Screenplay, it's winning Best Picture. It's not going to win Screenplay. But I'm just saying, if we're watching it and it wins Screenplay, that's it. It's winning Best Picture. And you know it's true, too.
I love it. That's a make or breaker.
I hope it comes down to whoever wins Best Picture wins, and it's Top Gun, and I get the second place the second place points to win it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So guys, those are our picks for the Academy Awards. Will you watch along? Will you play along? We'll go over the results next week on the show. Now we're going to move on to the movie review section of our show, and we have 2 movies to talk about, although in a shocking turn of events, I'm the only one that saw both movies.
I was in Boston looking for Ben Affleck. I didn't find him.
Got him. You didn't find him. Got him. So, first movie, let's talk about Creed 3.
Okay.
Creed, for those of you who don't know, is a continuation of the Rocky franchise with Michael B. Jordan playing Adonis Creed, son of Apollo Creed. The first film, I think, is excellent. It's my second favorite film in the franchise behind the first Rocky. The second film, I enjoyed very much so. It was a step down, sure, but it was really lovely. I thought it brought, like, emotional weight and baggage to, like, the Drago story, which I thought was impossible.
I love serious sequels to fun movies.
Yes, we do. And this film is also Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, Creed 3, with Jonathan Majors as the villain character in the movie.
I need his agent.
Yeah, right? Jesus.
Oh, Christ.
Quick, name the Jonathan Majors movie where he comes in the third installment as the antagonist.
Ant-Man 3.
No, Creed 3. Both. But anyway, I love this movie, and I think it's my favorite movie of the year so far. It is March, and next week Scream comes out, so this is going to change.
Regardless of quality.
Regardless. But yes, I love this film. I do think it is a step up from Creed 2, but not as nearly as good as Creed 1, but I think Creed 1 is like an A+ movie. This film, I thought, as Michael B. Jordan as a director, not only did he nail the fight scenes are very stylistic. You can tell this guy loves anime just from watching the fight scenes.
That's what I've been hearing, yeah.
They were done really well. And it was the nuances, it was the little stuff as a director that he nailed. He nails emotional beats as a director. As an actor, we knew he was going to. He's a phenomenal actor, and he's great in the movie.
As is Jonathan Majors.
Yes. And he's, again, a showstopper in this movie. But as a director, I was really impressed with some of the work in the movie, especially the more nuanced stuff. Now, you can tell that there's some stuff that's quite... They do it for the sake of pace instead of the sake of the story and character. But for the most part, it's paced exceptionally well. I'm not going to spoil it, but You know how there's like the build up right before the training montage of like when they finally decide that the fight's gonna happen?
Yeah.
That scene is like 1 minute. And I'm not gonna tell you how it goes down. It is so good though. Like it's literally like really quick. And it's like, we're gonna fight, let's do it, and then montage. Like it was just like
Nice.
It was so funny. I loved it. And the emotional stakes were really felt. And you bought that these guys knew each other for a long time, because that's the backstory of the movie, is they knew each other when they were younger.
Okay.
And you feel the rage of the antagonist, you feel the sympathy of the protagonist, and like you genuinely feel for both of these guys as they're fighting. And the punches hit harder when they hurt you in the heart. You know what I mean?
Can I get that on a throw pillow?
Sure you can.
I've got a couple speedball questions for you, rapid fire, that I've just been curious on the online discourse. Obviously, no spoilers, but I've heard one of the best final fights of the entire Rocky franchise.
Yes.
I've heard one of the best antagonists of the Rocky franchise. Thoughts? Yes?
Yes.
Interesting.
He's very good.
How is Tessa Thompson?
Amazing as always.
Did you miss Rocky?
No. And that is the most interesting part.
Did they say anything?
They mention Rocky.
Okay.
But they don't mention what he's up to right now.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't consider this a spoiler.
Well, he's not in the movie, if that's
No. But like, I don't consider what I'm about to say a spoiler.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise, the lead villain in the movie wants to fight for the heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
And the argument is why they won't do it is like, listen, you have no professional fights to your name. You're a complete amateur. Like, it doesn't make any business sense for us to do that. And he's like, see Apollo versus Rocky. You've done it before.
Gotcha.
And that's the only time they really mention it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that's it. And granted, he didn't really belong in the story. Now, could if you wanted to force him in, could you have gone routes to do it? Sure. But at no point in the movie did I feel like, damn, Rocky should have been.
The movie, do you think the movie would have been better with him in it?
I don't think so.
Right on.
Like, there's no scene in the movie that would have been like, damn, that would have felt more if it was Rocky. You know, like there's none of that.
I feel like I haven't seen the movie yet. I feel like Tessa Thompson was kind of a big part of the first Creed, and just kind of was in a few scenes, like was there to do the job as the love interest in the second one. But I feel like anything Rocky ever said to him outside of training, I feel like could have been said by Tessa Thompson and had just as much of an emotional impact.
Yeah, fair.
And do you think that they kind of transferred that to her in it?
In a way.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil what's really going on with the family dynamic there.
Fair.
But it is interesting.
Okay.
I will say, of the Creed movies, the weakest final training montage.
Damn, you hate.
Like it doesn't suck, right?
Yeah.
But it was the weakest of the three.
Think Creed 4 is that possibility?
Yeah. Especially with the money it just made. Yeah. Now, they do end the movie in a way to where if this was the last Creed, it is a send-off.
Yeah.
In a way. But they could do it for, sure.
I'd give them another chance to direct a little bit. Yeah.
I love the montage in Creed 2. I honestly think of the 3 Creed movies, the Creed 2 montage is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Just a little tangent there. I love the montage in Creed 2. But I thoroughly love the movie. Can I quickly pitch you Creed 4?
Go on.
Rocky dies.
Okay.
Which would make me incredibly sad. By the way, Creed 3 did make me cry. Every single movie in this franchise makes me cry, even the shitty 5th one. It's just a magic they have on me.
I saw a thing online that was really funny where someone was like, whenever a new movie comes out, people are like, oh, post your rankings. Like, oh, Spider-Man No Home's coming out. Post your Spider-Man rankings. Whatever. Someone said, all right, let's see them Rocky rankings. And then someone said, I have a theory. They're all chaos, but they're all not wrong, except that Rocky 5th is always last.
Yeah.
And looking at all these people rankings, I see validity in a lot of them.
Yeah, for real.
A lot of people had Rocky 2, number 1.
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think
because it's Rocky 4 going.
I think the final act of Rocky 2 is insanely crowd pleasing and really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But I could literally do a 3-hour video on Rocky, so I'm not gonna.
Fair, yeah.
But my quick pitch for for Creed 4, and let me preface this by saying this would not be a good movie. Don't do this.
None of our pitches to each other are ever good.
False. The Spider-Man trilogy we made at 3 a.m. in college was amazing. Let's not go there.
That was very good.
But anyway.
Guess who the villain was?
That is true. Rocky dies.
Okay. Rip.
Rocky's son, played by Milo Ventimiglia, you know exactly where I'm going with this, feels robbed of the years with his father and blames Adonis Creed because Rocky spent a lot of time with him instead of his real son. And he trains to become a boxer and challenges Adonis Creed. But Adonis doesn't want to fight Rocky's son because he's also sad that Rocky died. And the title of the movie is Creed v. Balboa.
I think your disclaimer at the front was good.
Yeah, it would be an awful fucking movie. It'd be terrible, right? A terrible movie. But I'd see it.
I mean, yeah, I'd go watch it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be happy about it. But I mean, like you said, any story could be good if they write it well.
Yeah. And there's another aspect to Creed 3 that makes me think it might be the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't want to... You wouldn't care if I told you.
Yeah, don't tell me.
But, like, it does something, a very small thing that surprised me. I was like, oh, wow, they're, like, tying it all up.
Yeah.
And it just surprised me by when they did that. So, yeah. Anyway, love Creed 3. Don't make my Creed 4, please. Don't do that.
Recommend?
Big time recommend. The only other Creed 4 I'll accept is versus the Ghost of Apollo.
Clubber Lang's son.
So, I was hoping, don't ask me why, I was hoping in Creed 3 that Clubber Lang was going to be one of the announcers at the fight. I don't know why I wanted that to happen so bad, but could you imagine if it's like, great night here at the arena, what do you think, Clubber Lang? And it's just Mr. T. It would have been fantastic.
I pity the fool who gets in the ring with Creed.
It would have been great. But yes, love Creed 3. The other movie I saw was Operation Fortune, and there's a subtitle that I don't feel like trying to remember right now, but it's the new Guy Ritchie film with Jason Statham and Aubrey Plaza. I really enjoyed this movie as well. Mm-hmm. Probably my number 2 right behind Creed 3 in March. We're in March, but I really liked it. It's very divisive online because there are moments in the movie, there are jokes that don't land. Like, there are moments in the movie where they're going for something and it doesn't land, but then it's kind of like the first Deadpool, where if it doesn't work, it just moves on.
There's just another joke a minute later.
Yes. The action scene's exceptional. Like, the action's done really well. Yes. The banter with Aubrey Plaza and Jason Statham is great. Mm-hmm. Josh Hartnett is great in the movie.
Always.
But I mean, the scene stealer is what's his name? Who was in The Gentleman also?
Hugh Grant.
Scene stealer.
I'm excited for him in D&D.
What?
He's in the D&D movie.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Absolute scene stealer. He's just... you guys haven't met Harry yet. I'm sure you will. In this movie, he's just if Harry was older and slightly worse morals.
Jesus.
Not that... Harry, you don't have bad morals, buddy. But I'm just saying, like... If Harry was a bad person and older, it's just him. Like, literally, I've heard Harry word for word say things that he says in the movie. And I'm not even joking. Like, Hannah. I was watching it with Hannah, and at one point he said something, and she laughed and said, oh my God, that's Harry. And I was thinking about it in my head when she said it, and I was like, I'm glad I'm not crazy. Like, it's him. But anyway, the plot of the movie, do you know the plot?
They hire an actor for a heist?
It's not a heist. They're spies, and they're trying to find something that Hugh Grant's character is selling. Okay. And they're trying to get this actor to get on his good side because it's his favorite movie. It's Hugh Grant's favorite movie star. And the disguise is, I'm playing a billionaire. Can I, like, shadow you? And they're trying to use him to get information about this item that he's selling so they can get it out of the wrong hands because they're a private agency. Here is the...
So unbearable weight of massive talent.
Kind of, but here is the thing that makes the movie so goddamn funny. Mm-hmm. Like, it's an action movie. The action's great. Oh, by the way, Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride and Saw is in this movie as well, and he's excellent. Ooh. They are hired by, like, the British government. They're like an independent, almost like the Kingsmen, like they're an independent intelligence agency. But there's another company, like their rival company, that also does intelligence. and the company hires both of them and doesn't tell the other ones.
So it's like Spy v Spy.
And this
almost.
is early on in the movie, so it's not a
Yeah.
spoiler. But the whole movie, a running gag, is they're on the middle of the mission and they see the other team and they're like, those motherfuckers. Like, they're here again.
Sounds incredible.
Dude, it's so funny. And they hack each other's comms and they just start talking shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. We were here first. But, like, it's done, like, in Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I loved it. I loved the movie. It was lots of fun. Recommend.
Where would you rate it? Gentleman and Wrath of Man. Let's do his latest.
Okay, his latest.
Latest few. Yeah.
Better than Wrath of Man.
Okay.
Not as good as Gentleman.
Gotcha. I really liked Wrath of Man.
Wrath of Man
I'm
was
excited for his new one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes,
that
it looks
quite
great.
good too.
It looks really good.
I feel bad this one didn't really get a big marketing push because of all the delays.
Yeah.
I feel like the poster's
By
been
the
in
way,
the AMC for like 2019.
I discovered why it was delayed a lot.
What
The
happened?
bad guys are Ukrainian.
Whoop.
Yep. That's what it was.
Yep.
That'll happen.
I hope it's something that doesn't affect like Guy Ritchie's like.
No. I
credit,
don't think
you
so.
know.
Because it was shot way before that.
You can't do
I think it was supposed to
anything
come out in like 2019.
about it. Well, I just meant from the financial standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, looking at that and Wrath of Man, I don't think did too well in the box office either.
No, but it did fine.
Yeah.
You know, I think that I don't think this movie's going to do particularly well in the U.S., but it's been doing okay overseas. So we'll see.
I feel like he has a, you know, like you always hear, like, I think Robert De Niro said, like, studio movies, it's 3 for them, 1 for me. I feel like Guy Ritchie has it flipped,
Yeah.
where he's like 1 for the studio, and then I get my 3. So, like, he did Aladdin, and now he did Gentleman and Wrath of Man, and now this.
Yeah.
And the Jake Gyllenhaal one, and then he's going to do Aladdin 2,
Yeah.
and then he's going to have his other 3.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Does it feel very Guy Ritchie? Because
Immediately.
that's what I didn't like about Wrath of Man, is it kind of felt not as Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Like, the banter's there, but just
Yeah.
visually,
Yeah.
stylistically, it wasn't.
It's very much Guy Ritchie. It's not as Guy Ritchie as The Gentleman, but it's very Guy Ritchie. And
it's no King Arthur, though.
I was going to say, Nicholas, literally what I was leading to, I can't mention Guy Ritchie without mentioning the most underrated movie I've ever seen is his King Arthur movie. It's fucking fantastic.
It's so good.
And it doesn't get any fucking love. I'm going to make Hannah watch it.
That's going to spike your audio.
I know. I realized that when I did that. That movie is so good. It's so good.
I love it.
Yes, but
Did they ever make a 4K for that?
They did. I don't have it. Can you believe that? Yeah.
Shame.
I know. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna watch it immediately. But yes, that movie bombed at the box office, killed a franchise. I love it. It's so good. But yes, loved Operation Fortune as well, and huge recommend from me. You should watch it soon as well.
That is my plan.
As well as Creed 3
and Cocaine Bear. I'm behind a few.
Yes, watch Cocaine Bear. And I think that's gonna do it for the show today, bro.
I think so too.
Guys, the Oscars are coming. We'll have the results for you next week. This is extremely exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.